Well, being the shortened week between Christmas and New Year's, we had not a lot of economic statistics come out, and the trading was pretty light. Most of the trading was down volume simply because of the fiscal cliff. And as I reported to you last week and the week before, this week between Christmas and New Year's, it, 4 out of 5 years is an up week, but that the fiscal cliff could upset that this year, and it did. Last year, it was also down for that week, with down 0.65%. The average up for that week is 1%. So we've had pretty much a down, it's probably down about a 0.5% so far, and here it is Friday. And then we have a half a day on Monday, and then it's end of that, what we call a Christmas rally. I don't see a rally happening unless politicians get together and say they have an agreement, which is extremely unlikely. So we're going to go into the new year over the fiscal cliff, or into the slide, I'd like to call it, because it's not really a cliff. Everything's still you're going to go back to work on the day after New Year's. Everything's going to continue, except that the tax rates are going to go up and spending cuts are going to kick in. And maybe the government needs those spending cuts. They can't do it. They can't apparently agree to it what they should be, so maybe the automatic cut should cut in. But it will hurt the economy. It will. Because we need to cut spending, but we need to cut it in a rational manner. Well, just cut everything across the board 10% is not rational. But we're talking about our politicians here, so who says they're rational? The economic news we did get this week has been pretty good. Most of it concerning housing. You had the Case-Shiller 20-city report on prices for houses, and 12 of those 20-city prices were down. Now, so that's not positive, but that means 10 were up. But those are 20 major cities. If you take the existing home sales report that came out the day after, prices and sales were up. New home sales for November were up 4.4%, and prices were up 3.7% month over month. So, 20 major cities is not the entire country, because we're talking about house sales, and that's what you and I are most concerned with. And supply was down for the homes, down to 4.7 months of supply, down from 4.9 months the month before, and 4.7 is pretty low. 6 months is about standard. So we have an undersupply of homes. We're going to see how that fares out. People are talking about the shadow inventory out there of people who are going to be foreclosing or underwater, and maybe they'll come on the market. Well, I don't think that's going to be much of a problem. I don't. I think it's going to be absorbed. It's not how much is it? No one really knows. We really don't know. Year over year, the price sales of existing homes is up 15.3%. And year-over-year prices are up 14.9%. Okay, the housing market is recovering. It's clear. The trend is on the upside. Probably will continue into the new year, and that's going to be a very positive aspect for the new year. Having said that, I don't think the new year is going to be anything spectacular, as far as economic growth. I think it's going to be decent. I think it might be a little bit less than this year. 2012. 2013 is going to be a little less than 2012, which we all know wasn't that great. But it's still growth. The confidence report, and I'm not a big proponent of these confidence reports, was down to 65.1 from 71.5. Being down probably has everything to do with the fiscal cliff, probably. And jobless claims for the week, which is a leading economic indicator, was down to 350,000. The expectation was 360, and it was last week 362 jobless claims. So that's going in the right direction. But remember, don't forget about Hurricane Sandy. Hurricane Sandy has thrown off a lot of problems in the numbers, and being a shortened week this week and being a shortened week for the New Year's week doesn't help us gauge the consistency of these numbers. So what I can say is housing definitely looks like it's recovering, and that's a good thing for everybody. The stock market, once this, trust me, the politicians are eventually going to solve this some way or another. Even if it's a partial solution and kick down the road the rest of the rest of the issues, they're going to do something in January. And when that happens, it probably will be beneficial to the stock market. We're going to have to just sit back, wait, and see.
The Invest Talk Update is a monthly briefing that gives you a snapshot of the past month's market, along with other useful perspective and information. You'll see important articles like Protecting Your Investments Against Scam Artists, excerpts from Steve's book, links to the month's Invest Talk talking points, plus news of upcoming Invest Talk events in your area. And it comes free each month to your email box. To get your subscription, just go to investtalk.com and click on the icon at the top of the page.